This is one of the most gruesome things I have ever read. Every single person in that jail needs to be fired. What's up, you guys? Welcome to today's video. As you can tell by the title, I have a very intense video for you guys today. One of you sent me this article on Instagram and I could not believe it when I saw the title. I mean, I can believe it because I've been there and I've seen horrible things when it comes to women in prison. But man, I mourn with this mother, and we're gonna get into that. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Jess. I'm a person in long-term recovery who has served time in prison, and my entire crazy life story is in the description box down below. If you wanna follow me on any other social media platform, TikTok, Instagram, Patreon, that's $2. It's only ever gonna be $2. All of that is linked down below. I just activated membership emojis on the channel, so you can go check that out if you want to. No pressure, not a big deal. Also in the description box is my podcast and my vlog channel where you can see me doing vlog stuff and all of that other stuff. All right, let's kick this thing off today. For those of you that don't know my story, I gave birth to my daughter while I was in prison, and I have filmed a bunch of videos talking about my story and my experience. And during that time, I was so afraid that this kind of situation was going to happen to me. I lived in fear for almost my entire pregnancy that I was going to give birth alone in a dirty jail cell. I have heard horror story after horror story. So while yes, my situation was very tough, I was chained to the bed, my daughter was put in foster care, didn't know where she was for 4 months. I have severe PTSD, don't even remember the days after I gave birth. It was just such a blur. I have night terrors, I have night sweats, I have chronic insomnia, I have depression. All of that affects me to this day, and my daughter is 9. So I can't even imagine what this mother is going through. Let me read you the article and then we'll talk about it. The title of this article is, "I basically held my baby all night until she died. Mother forced to birth baby in jail." Gainesville, Florida. A mother mourns the loss of her child after she said she was forced to give birth in a jail. Erica Thompson said she recalls those last moments with her child. "I basically held my baby all night until she died." The Alachua, I can't say that, I'm sorry, County Sheriff's Office said Monday, August 9th, Erica Thompson was arrested for 2 active warrant charges, a felony violation of probation and failure to appear on a traffic charge. I'm sorry, probation violation and a traffic ticket. Thompson said she was placed in the jail. She said she told the nurse she was having contractions, but no one took her seriously. "I'm steady like I'm going to have my baby. I'm screaming I'm going to have my baby. Please get me out of here. I feel like I'm going to have my baby. When I said that, I felt like all bets were off. Everybody needs to be coming in here trying to check on me and see what's going on. I've had kids before, so I know exactly how it feels. I'm about to have my baby. I'm not just talking," she said. Thompson said she gave birth to a baby girl at 11 p.m. I'm sorry, it's just so emotional. Thompson said she gave birth to a baby girl at 11 p.m. Monday, August 9th in a jail cell all alone. "My baby was already laying on my stomach at that point," she said. "The nurse had them clipped and cut the umbilical cord and stuff before there was no medical help." Thompson was 6 months pregnant. She said her daughter was alive when she was transported to the hospital, but the doctors told her the baby was too small. They didn't even put her in an incubator. They just had her in the crib, so they wrapped her up and they told me she was too small. "We don't think we can save her. We're not going to be able to do anything." Thompson said it was hours before her daughter died and she believed she could have survived if the medical staff did more. The county sheriff's office said this is an ongoing investigation, so they are limited on details they can provide. "Our entire agency is very saddened by what Ms. Thompson had to experience. We absolutely realize how traumatizing and heartbreaking it is to lose a child, and we are deeply saddened, and we grieve with her in the loss of her child." You grieve with her? You don't grieve with her. It's not just traumatizing to lose a child. It is beyond traumatizing to give birth alone in a dirty jail cell while you're screaming for help and no one will help you. So yes, she lost her child, but she also delivered her own child alone in a dirty, filthy ass jail cell. You should be ashamed of yourself. How dare you even say that you mourn with her? If anyone really cared, they would have gotten her medical attention. I'm sorry, I'm just really freaking mad because shit like this does not need to happen. When you are arrested and you are put in jail, especially when you're pregnant, the stress level of that is sometimes too much to bear. Just the whole process itself. So I don't know if stress can induce someone's labor or if that kind of stress can cause this to happen. Oh my God. Erica Thompson said she remembers every single detail leading up to the death of her daughter, and it's a day she will never forget. If you ever see this video, girl, please reach out to me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that this happened to you. This is not okay. This is just gruesome. When a female is arrested pregnant, I don't care if you're 3 weeks pregnant like I was, 6 months pregnant like Erica was, 9 months pregnant. I don't care how far along you are. The entire staff needs to know. The nurse needs to know. They should check your vitals. They should check you on intake and make sure that you're okay. If a pregnant woman is telling you that she is having contractions, how dare you ignore her? How dare you? What the hell is wrong with you? This should never happen. It should never happen. What's even more disgusting about this is I am not surprised. I'm not surprised. I hear stories like this all the time. You guys send me these articles all the time, and I feel like they don't get enough attention. I feel like people are not talking about this enough, and too many people think, oh, shouldn't have broken the law, oh, shouldn't have violated your probation, oh, shouldn't have gone to jail pregnant. Like, they just brush it off because it's out of sight, out of mind. But I will be the one that blasts this all over the internet until we see change. There is no reason to incarcerate a 6-month pregnant woman on a technical violation or on a probation violation and a traffic ticket. That is ridiculous. You are not only potentially harming the mother, but you're potentially harming an unborn baby. Her baby is gone. My heart breaks for her. There just has to be more than, oh, shouldn't have broken the law. I've seen how corrections officers act when pregnant people come through. They look at you crazy. They look at you like, shouldn't have broken the law. That stigma and that judgment is all over their faces. And I know there are good COs out there, but I've met like 4 in my entire time coming in and out of jail, in and out of prison. I've met like 4 really kind officers, and they never ended up lasting. They never ended up staying in that position because other officers made it so awful for these good officers to stick around. They couldn't get any backup from their coworkers, and when they treated the inmates like humans, they got ridiculed for it. There's so much wrong with our system. If a pregnant woman has to do time in jail before she gives birth, if it's a necessity, if she has to, if she has committed some awful, heinous, violent crime and she has to be in jail and she has to give birth in jail or prison, then there has to be a nursery program. Then there has to be people looking after her. I know you guys have heard me talk about this, but I had to wait 3 months for prenatal vitamins. 3 months. When I found out I was pregnant in jail, my heart sank. I was terrified that something like this was going to happen to me. I knew I wasn't drinking enough water. I knew I wasn't getting proper nutrition. I knew that I was not healthy because I came off the street and I was using substances. I was fortunate in that I was about 3 weeks pregnant when I was arrested. So my daughter is 9 years old now and she is healthy, but the entire time I was terrified, not just for the nutrition and the water intake and the lack of prenatal vitamins, but I was also very concerned that other people in the dorm were going to have a problem with me. I was tripped when I was like 5 months pregnant or something. Things like that happen. For what this mother has had to endure, I just can't even believe that they thought that that was okay. I can't believe that they didn't pay any attention to her. I can't believe that she was ignored. I just want you to take a second and think about how terrified you would be if you were locked in a cell, had no way out, had no one to help you, and you were about to give birth to a child alone in a filthy, dirty, unsanitized, grimy ass jail cell, and there is no way out and you're screaming for help. I want you all just to take a second and think about what that must feel like. And then think about the fact that she delivered her own premature baby. It is 2021 in America, and we are still allowing such barbaric and gruesome things to happen within our prison system. How in the fuck is this okay? I'm sorry. I'm outraged. I think every single one of those officers that ignored her not only needs to be fired, but they need to be charged with negligent homicide. That's how serious this needs to be taken. And until we charge officers with neglect, when shit like this happens, it's just going to continue to happen. I want corrections officers to be afraid for their job and afraid for their freedom when neglecting inmates. I want them to be afraid for their job. I don't want them to think they can just get away with everything because they wear a badge and they're superior to an inmate because they're in a different color uniform than an inmate. I'm sick of it. I will keep you guys posted on this case. I hope to God she is gonna sue them. I want those officers held accountable for their actions. I want to see the video footage of this jail. I want more information. And I'm just horrified that she had to go through that. And girl, if you see this video, my email is linked in the description box down below. I would love to talk to you, and I send you love and positivity. And I'm so sorry from one mother to another. I'm so deeply sorry for your loss. And I mourn with you. The Ride or Die crew, my subscribers, will mourn with you. This is the most horrifying thing. I just couldn't imagine. We need to do better in this country. We need to do better. And you can judge a society by how it treats its most vulnerable. I'm gonna end today's video here. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm sorry that I'm so angry, but I just can't believe that this was allowed to happen again. This has happened so many times. I'm just so disgusted with it. And I'm never gonna stop talking about this because we need change and we need it fucking yesterday. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next one.